Gonna happen on YouTube. Sometimes you might get some weird kid making up something and then saying that's not real, and they're saying I'm not lying, like this person. But today I had, well, not today, for a while I've had this one guy who wanted to show up on one of my YouTube videos. This person, and they keep commenting. I know it's not the best idea to reply to somebody constantly, but I do it because it gets me views. I don't care. Plus it's fun for me. I don't have a lot of social interaction, so people commenting on my videos is one of them. Especially when they try to expose me. Like here in this video, I made a joke. There's only 6 Chaos Emeralds in it. I was like, oh, I guess I forgot the 7th one. And this person's like, they didn't forget. There are multiple sets of emeralds, which are seen mainly in class. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? And he brought up Sonic 3 and whatever. Basically, he claims because the manual kind of makes it seem like there's 2, but that never is any other game. It's kind of like saying, oh, there's like 32 because Sonic Spinball has like 32 emeralds. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'd like to get an idea of whom I'm talking to, especially if they're going to comment a lot. So check out their YouTube, and the first thing I see is, no, Sonic would not hate Christians. What the fuck kind of video title is that? This guy won't leave me alone. I went to see this guy's channel, Blazing. It's the same guy who rambles on about fictional hedgehogs and possibly more in the future. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy. So this guy seems to like Sonic. Well, not enough to stop commenting on my videos, but you know. In the video itself, why, it's Phoenix Wright footage with the guy using it to make a news argument for why Sonic does not hate Christians. Where the hell did this come from? This video's response to all of the people on the internet saying that Sonic would hate Christians. There is no evidence that he would. I don't think religion, well, the Christianity, I don't think it exists in the Sonic world. I don't really know. I mean, there have been these weird Sonic images on DeviantArt for a while that are Christian and they're really badly done. I don't know if these are like parody or not. There might have been a serious one and a lot of people add fake ones because it's so funny. But overall, I don't know where this argument even comes from. So this guy's lazy. He couldn't commentate over his own videos. He has text to do it. So we have this one girl who's in court trying to talk about apparently Sonicing. Imagine this going to court, by the way. That would be the funniest court case ever. Be like, would Sonic hate Christians? The title cracks me up still. So this random girl here, whose name is Riley, wants to get her boyfriend into Sonic. And I don't know, if you're dating a guy who's not into Sonic, you should really ditch him. That's what I gotta say to her. It's kind of weird that this girl's suggesting her, I guess, friends in the courtroom, like, yeah, court, do you have any suggestions what to recommend my, boyfriend? Personally, depends. Do you like the 2D or 3D? 3D, Sonic Adventure 2 or 1, depends, Heroes maybe. And 2D, I'd do Sonic 3 or 2. So a guy recommends Sonic Mania. Not a bad choice, but he's also called the Old. Great name. But wait, what does this have to do with the Christianity? So the girl leaves, but she's going to church, and that makes this person angry, called Sonic Lore Master, who says that Sonic would hate Christians, and that's something that Sonic fans know for some reason. Doing a basic Google search doesn't really give me any results of people thinking that Sonic would hate Christians, which is kind of weird, you know. There's forums talking about, is there any evidence, like, of Christianity, like, trying to put it in, because people love playing religion in games. There's apparently this video where moms hate Sonic. That's not really surprising. They seem to hate everything.
You see Mewtwo, he's in this pose. 3 fingers. It means Hail Satan.
There's a weird thing of pastors really hating certain media because it promotes satanic. These are mostly extremist Christian groups for the most part. They're pretty stupid, like Pokemon is satanic because I think it has evolution, and Mewtwo does hail Satan apparently. Well, I'm getting off topic. Like I said, the most I've seen with Sonic fanbase and Christianity is some fans have tried to put Christianity into the games, but not really. It's very, very minor. Very minor. Sonic has its own set of lore, but it doesn't really contradict anything, so it's kind of like a free religious thing. It doesn't really make sense to really put religion in Sonic because, you know, it's Sonic, you know? It doesn't make any sense. That's why there really isn't much debate. That's why it's kind of weird to make a whole plot about, I guess, one person saying, I mean, then again, I'm making this video about one person who won't stop commenting on my videos. So according to this girl who's making a pizza in church, the reason Sonic hates Christians is because Sonic hates oppression, and Christians are oppressive. I don't know. I mean, a lot of Christians are, but in general, I don't think he would hate Christians outright. He would hate anyone who's trying to oppress. He would hate that guy saying Pokemon's satanic. But overall, I don't see Sonic getting into religion. You're just too busy fighting Eggman. You know what I mean? Though maybe Sonic is praying in the field to his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. This is the girl's evidence for why Sonic would hate Christians, is this manual from Sonic Heroes. It's totally different than the English one that I've read a lot as a kid. However, I translated this just to make sure, and it basically just says the top. It just talks about Team Sonic and just what Team Sonic is. They like doing stuff together, and then the little red box there just talks about the multiple attacks they can use. So nothing really there. There's Sonic, says speed type. It gives a description, and it doesn't say anything about him fighting oppression. It just says Eggman's his mortal enemy, and he will fight Eggman because Eggman sucks. And that's about it. No oppression, no Christians, and the bottom blue part just talks about his light dash button option. So I have no idea why you use this, because it has nothing to do with anything you just said, but whatever. I love his artwork of Sonic. So this woman, Sonic Lore Master, says that, see, it clearly shows that Sonic hates Christians. Like I said, I translated it, and it had nothing to do with Christianity, or even oppression. So I don't get it. According to our hero Blazing here, if they are oppressive, then they go against God's teachings. Well, does it really? There's slavery in the Bible, and that seems to be oppression to me. Yeah, you're not really going against God's teachings. Depends on which one you mean. A lot of Christians, some Christians are oppressive. That's kind of the part. But even then, it doesn't really have anything to do with Sonic, does it? There's actually a lot better arguments against this anyway. What I'm trying to say here is that, well, I guess there is an argument Sonic would not hate Christians, because there's really nothing that says he would. But the argument he used here, the first one at least, is pretty crappy. And unless he brings them up, I'm not going to say it. But if they do, I'll bring up the actual good points for this guy's argument that still don't make no sense, because I haven't met a single person who has this viewpoint. Look, I don't like Christians. I'm an atheist. But that's because they don't even practice what they preach, kind of thing. But overall, this is a really bad argument. By the way, this website's not in the description, which is kind of annoying. I like clicking on the links, now I gotta type it in myself. Thanks, dude. So this guy's like, there's multiple verses that says so, that they don't like oppression. And this girl's like, where does it say that? And instead of giving me an actual source, he's like, oh, here's a website. This actually website link is actually a pretty cool website, especially if you want to find stuff out about the religion, or especially the Bible. And here's like a bunch of things, verses. Pretty much all of them are from the New Testament. I don't think any of them are from Old Testament, but I have no idea. People vote how accurate it is to this, which is, I guess, pretty useful. So something down here isn't as helpful. So it looks like there's a lot, but some of these like have really nothing to do with oppression at the bottom. But yeah, basically New Testament says God doesn't like oppression. Here's Jesus. But I think the problem that people like me have with Christians is that they don't practice what they preach. The New Testament says very clear things, like help one other people out, don't be greedy rich when other people are suffering, spread wealth and goods around, basically. A lot of Christians don't follow that, especially those mega churches, and a lot of them have been used to oppress people, because a lot of Christians don't care about the New Testament. They care about old things, the Old Testament. There's two passages that say gay people are bad, and they won't go away. They can't stop hating on gay people, because two passages from the Old Testament, not New Testament, say that gay people are evil. And that is why Christians have a problem. I don't think every Christian is bad, obviously. Christians come in all shapes and sizes. A lot of them don't even read the Bible. A lot of them just believe it because that's what they believe. Some of them really don't have really anything to do. They go to church, and listen to whatever their pastor says, and then sometimes they'll forget about it and go about their days. The extremist ones are the ones that people like me have a problem with, which are basically like 10 or 5% of the Christians, to be honest. Most of them are pretty cool and chill people. Obviously. That's why this argument makes no sense, because I don't know. I guess one person has one qualm, and this guy's like, you're wrong, here's why. Even if some Christians were oppressive, that does not inherently mean that Sonic would hate them. But wouldn't they? Basically, imagine, get really religious. Imagine it's not Christians right now, because now he's making a weird straw man. Not really a straw man, but a weird binary group. Okay, so there's this group called X, we'll say. So if X became a group of oppressors, that's no reason Sonic would not hate them. So, but being oppressive just means you're bad. Basically, Sonic was like bad guys. Let's just make it simple. So he would not like them if they were that way. But obviously, that's not really the case. Like I said, each person is different. And Christians range from a lot of different sects and different beliefs, even in their own circle. That's why this argument doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, of course you wouldn't hate them, because there's evidence that even exist in the Sonic world. Let alone... I mean, this is stupid. What am I doing here? Seriously, I'm okay. I'm just reading this because this is a stupid video. But seriously, it's such a weird argument to make. Like one person, I don't even know. So this guy says that he hates officially he believes that Sonic hates oppression. I don't know about that. So, but if you said Christians were oppressive, he wouldn't hate them. but that doesn't make any sense. So if he hates oppression, and this group is straight out oppressive because he just said they were, even though I don't think they are. Like I said, there's a couple of people who are oppressive, but that's only a small percentage. They're very vocal minority, but they're not a high percentage. Overall, this is a really bad argument because this guy literally just contradicts himself in 2 sentences. And finally, this guy brings up that every Christian is unique, but it comes off in one little sentence, like that not everyone is similar because everyone has unique beliefs, even if they have a book that says certain beliefs. A lot of people don't follow those beliefs. That's just how a lot of religious sectors are. But this is the first time he actually mentioned an actual good point, and it's like a side point to his main point, which makes no sense. So randomly, the rest of the video goes into gay-related things. The random girl brings up, isn't Sonic pro LGBT? As you can see here, hard light. Yeah, Sonic is holding a pride flag, basically. So I'm not sure how official this is. I don't. Yeah, Sega hard light. It is Sega. They basically posted. I never saw this before. I just started using Twitter just to promote my videos, really. But overall, this is a thing that makes sense. Sonic is all about equal opportunity. He loves life. He helps that one girl in a wheelchair see the forest, even though the president wanted him to go to the meeting. That was a Sonic X episode. It was a really good one. Overall, yeah, of course, Sonic would be a character who would like helping out people. They didn't really care what they are. Tails was considered a freak in the Sonic universe because he had 2 tails, but Sonic's like, no, you're cool, dude. So of course Sonic would be pro LGBT. Not that it really matters. I guess IQ. I thought it was QI. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. I mean, even the new Sonic game is gay. Look at that. Sonic X Shadow. Well, it's not really that way, but why do they name it X Shadow? Oh, by the way, I was going to go to look at the comments, see what other people thought, just because it is interesting that you can see comments on videos. And this person said, they made this thing up. This isn't a real debate. Like, why are you so passionate about this? This never even happened. What do you mean arguments used a lot? If it's made up, then what arguments are you getting from? This isn't a debate in the Sonic community. You just made it up. No one's debating this but you. Quite literally, one of the next comment is, who the fuck said this? Also, this guy may be anti-gay, which is kind of funny. Because he gets, like, this image doesn't make sense because Shadow's in it. And the reason why is because Shadow is old. He wouldn't understand what that is. And, like, you know, it doesn't make a lot of sense because, you know, gays have been around for a while. They just had to hide themselves. Even then, people knew what being gay was. I don't think this would be a big deal for Shadow. I don't think he'd even give a shit about it. Like, why would that be like, why would this post make no sense? Sega officially said they're basically they're pro-gay people, and trans people, too. And this guy's like, that doesn't make sense, because Shadow wouldn't understand that. He's a hedgehog made from an alien's DNA by a mad scientist who's trying to save his granddaughter. He also has a grandson who tries to take over the world by collecting magical gems. And he has to fight a blue hedgehog. So none of that stuff all that stuff's basically crazy. So why would it be crazy why would someone being gay be a confusion for Shadow? He uses chaos as I know it's not really the same thing, but he uses stuff like chaos emeralds to warp through time. He fights giant alien stuff and fat men who make giant robots. I think the last of his worries would be, gay people. Who would know? Shadow might even be gay. So this guy's, one of the main arguments is that Shadow would not be for gay people, or if he was, he wouldn't be for it. What does that have to do with anything? Like I said, what does that have to do with anything? He goes on and on about, well, Shadow, he doesn't know anything. He's not very opinionated, so he would not be for... They put non-characters they're pro. It doesn't mean that Shadow is. Not that they're going to put in the games to just say, we support this community. He's like, well, that doesn't make sense. Other than the fact that it has nothing to do with Christianity or than they hate gay people. Like, seriously, what is your argument here? There is no argument. He's like, Shadow doesn't like gay people. What does it do with... He does this in my stupid comment section, too, where he makes up points that don't make any sense. Like, what does it to do with talking about Sonic Chaos? We're talking about Sonic 3. I'm talking about Sonic Chaos. The game came out after Sonic Chaos. This argument makes no sense. Imagine another argument. It's like, yeah, I think these Christians are oppressive. Well, you posted something about pro-gay people. This character wouldn't like that. Well, what does that have to do with the topic we're talking about? Well, I don't know. So this is something this guy claims happens a lot, that Sonic fans talk about the Bible. This is the first time I've ever talked about this, other than making one little image. I think it's Sonic Stream where I use the praying Sonic as a joke image for in between one of the story parts. It's not very talked about much online. You can look it up. There is some, but it's not a lot. If it happens on Twitter, whatever. Twitter's the hellhole. I don't look at other people's posts for the most part on Twitter. I don't care for shit. I barely use it. Or X, I'm sorry. But this person's like, this is a big deal. You see, gay people are bad, and that's why Sonic would like Christians. He also hates gay people, even though one of the Sega Twitters posted it. Just because Sega Japan didn't like it, didn't post it, doesn't mean that they would also be against it. Like, this don't understand. It's one of Sega's social medias. It's official Sega. I don't care just because it's not this Japanese Sega. Doesn't mean anything. Does it, dude? So this is where I lost. It's the girl's like, I don't like Christians because they tell me that God would hate me. He's like, that's not true. God hates the choices you make, that the LGBTQ plus community makes. That's right. You're going to hell if you're gay. That's what this guy believes. This guy, I knew he was headed towards that was gay thing. I knew it. He's a fucking asshole. If you think that gay people or trans people deserve to be in hell or God hates them, then you're a fucking asshole. This is the main reason why people like me don't like Christians. Not like I said in general, there's different types of Christians, but the ones that are, I'm a Christian, and you know what I'm talking about. The ones that just can't keep out other people's business. First of all, there is nothing wrong with being gay. It is a scientific fact that happens in nature all the time. When there's too much population, what happens is that sometimes the sex drive, they change from the opposite gender to the same gender, so we can combat too much overpopulation, as well as, that's the evolution reasoning, as well as taking care of the young that don't have a parents because there are too many kids. That's actually the scientific reason why that happens. It happens in different animals that have been found to have gay in them. So it's not the gay gene. That's really going to talk about this. And the reason why, so science basically supports this, essentially. You can look into it. I'm not the best describing it. Religion hates gay people because there's, like I said, there's not a whole lot in the fact it says Adam and Eve, but whatever, man from a rib, or that's kind of stupid, but whatever. That's why I think Christianity is stupid, because your book makes no fucking sense, and it used to hate people that you don't like, and then you use an excuse like, we don't hate you, God hates you. Yeah, totally. All the choices they make, because being gay hurts God somehow, even though you're not hurting anybody, and you're being happy, because you're with somebody you like, because you're not attracted to the opposite gender, you're attracted to the same gender. And there's nothing wrong with that. And trans is a whole different story. There's also nothing wrong with that. Some people feel like they're in the wrong body. It happens. You could say it's a mental disorder. It kind of is, but there's nothing wrong with it. That also doesn't hurt anybody. Some people feel like they're trapped inside another person's body. If they need to express it that way, it doesn't really hurt zero people. If you think it's weird, then go ahead, say it's weird, but they're not hurting anybody. That's why I don't understand these people. Why do you hate what people do in their own privacy if it hurts nobody? Jeez, I can't stand these people. And this guy's making me hate Phoenix Wright because he's associating his character as that character. Even though the character, of course, in the game has nothing to do with this, because I doubt any of the games have any of this weird stuff here. This guy's like, you're oppressing somebody, basically. Well, basically, according to this dude, the girls are using the thing that these Christians have used on her, it seems like. So, yeah, you're doing the same thing that we are. Anyway, maybe she is, like, saying that Sonic would hate Christians. It doesn't make any sense, by the way. Who the fuck's saying this? As one comment said, who the fuck is saying this? Oh, this is stupid. So the guy basically wins. Like, you should read the Bible. I understand you. It's like, yes, you should. And that's the end of this awful, awful video. Basically, Sonic wouldn't hate Christians because, Christians don't like oppression, too. And they're not oppressive, actually. And God hates gay people's decisions. Not them, but their decisions. Basically hates them. And that's okay. And Shadow also hates gay people too, or something like that. That's how it came off to me. And that you're silencing people. But no, I'm clearly trying to silence you by saying that you're a scumbag because you don't like my point of view, even though my point of view is full of hatred and bigotry. Did I make this video because this guy's been annoying me in my comment section? Yes, I did. But now I know this guy is... Well, I don't really like this guy very much because his views are very insane. Maybe he's not overly anti-gay, but the fact that his point just makes basically no sense. Made a 2-minute video for... He's not even telling you who the points because he's like made it up. I use his points against him, so I think my video is better. But I don't know. I also didn't use Phoenix Wright footage to do it my thing, make myself look like a good guy because I'm playing the hero character. Get it? No, I just use my own voice and use my own points against him. His video sucked, and he sucks at getting arguments. There's no multiple sets of Chaos Emeralds. There's a bunch, but they're inconsistent in the games. It's not canon, and it has nothing to do with Sonic Chaos. They only put 6 Emeralds because they didn't want to put Super Sonic in the game, or just have a lack of special stages. It takes time to develop stuff, they didn't feel like doing 7 Emeralds. Or they forgot there's 7 Emeralds. It's not that big a deal. It's an off joke, dude. Just shut the fuck up about the Sonic 3 manual, because it still doesn't mean anything. This is a weird-ass video. I had to do it. I wasn't gonna do it, but I had to. If your video's gonna be called "Why Sonic Would Not Hate Christians," I have to make a video about it because that's the thing I like talk. I like talking about people who have weird religious views and Sonic. Well, not really. I haven't done that. You know what? My last YouTube video review was the Hooking with Jack, and that he also had a weird religious view. I've been rambling on and off again. This guy's just been pissing me off, and I guess wanted to make a video today for free uploading. So this just sucks, and sorry about that, but whatever.